third generation Swift was unveiled at the Geneva Motor Show and has already made its debut in many countries around the world. In India, the priority for Maruti Suzuki was to launch the subcompact sedan version of the Swift first, which it did as the third generation Dzire and is now all set to launch the Swift as well. We will be driving India-specific Swift later in the month, so stay tuned for our first drive report. However, we have already driven the Sport and the hybrid versions of the Swift and were very impressed. Not only with the hybrid, but even more so with the Sport, and have a strong feeling that these two cars will be making their way to the Indian roads soon.
We are driving the Swift Sport, and this is a totally different breed of animal. It is the big daddy of all the Swifts, also in the looks and as per the engine that powers it. The 1.4 booster jet engine is really powerful, and the car has a totally done up suspension. That means that it's driving as if it's on rail.
The Sport is not a car with just cosmetic changes and sporty interiors. Yes, it looks the part with a slower and broader stance, a redone air dam up front, and changed bumper with carbon fiber finish at the rear with twin exhausts. However, the major change lies beneath the hood, where powering the Swift Sport is a 1.4-litre turbocharged direct injection petrol engine from the Booster Jet series, the 1-litre version of which we have already seen in India on the Baleno Sport. But the proof of the pudding is in its driving, and off we go. Smooth and free revving, this 4-litre 16-volt engine has a nice exhaust note, and though the 6-speed manual gearbox could have had shorter throws. Slot it into first and ease off the clutch, and the car surges forward as maximum torque is already being fed to the wheels at 2,500 RPM. A redone sports suspension featuring Monroe shock absorbers gives the car a sense of purpose, and the steering feel is also the best I have felt in a Suzuki so far. The ride quality suffers, but not drastically, and crisp handling of the car makes up for the ride. In fact, even the steering feel is much improved on the Swift Sport and is perhaps the best one has felt on Suzuki in recent years. The car loves to be revved hard, and by the time one gets up to the 6th gear, we are already well into the illegal side of things and decide to let go. This is real and true hot hatch, both looks and drives like one.
This is the Swift Hybrid, and no, it's not one of those mild hybrids that Maruti Suzuki was palming off earlier in India. This is a proper hybrid. It has a 1.2K series engine up front and a lithium-ion battery at the back where the spare wheel is supposed to be. And it has got a AGS gearbox. The overall package is quite good, and the car drives really well.
What goes on under the hood of the car is not so much the attraction as is the 32 km per litre fuel efficiency. Though the car we drive came with the new naturally aspirated petrol engine that Suzuki has been using in Europe and Japan. In India, we expect it to be powered by the same 1.2-litre engine that does duty on the normal Swift and a range of other Maruti Suzuki cars, and perhaps be even more fuel efficient. The petrol engine is combined to a 10 kilowatt electric motor through a 5-speed automated manual transmission, AGS in Maruti parlance.